Dear students, welcome to Bioratna. Now, it's matter of only 3 days. After 3 days, you are going to appear for your 12th board biology paper. All of you must be eager to do your best, and here I am to give you tips on how to utilize these 3 days in the most useful manner. Throughout the session, the tips for the different stages were totally different. So this is also going to be special one. What to do in the last lab. Your physics exam was over on 28th and your biology exam is scheduled on 30th of May. Which means in between you had a time of 9 days and on the 10th day you have to appear for the exam. So planning for 6 days was very easy. 6 chapters were there and 6 days. So preparing one chapter per day, that was the planning for your first 6 days. Now comes the next 3 days, very crucial and very different from all other days of your preparation. Throughout the session, the different phases through which you have gone through. Now it is going to be culminated and these 3 days are going to play a very crucial role in it. I will be giving you only those points which are to be followed for these 3 days and which will provide you with many guidelines. Now, the first point. Most of you in these 5 days, they have completed orally not 6 chapters but 5.5 chapters. Either biotechnology half part of one chapter is remaining or the organism and population half chapter is remaining. Tomorrow you have to complete that. Now your 100% preparation is complete. At least you are prepared for 5.5 chapters. Now sit down for 2 hours and go on solving at least one sample paper every day. This will give you a practice. Utilize the first 15 minutes in reading the questions, then solve the questions as you will be solving during your board exams. This is very important. Now you will be able to do it. Throughout the year you have done so many papers, so many sample papers you have solved. But at that time your preparation was not complete. Now you are ready. How much ready you are? What type of questions can be thrown towards you? That practice now you can give to yourself. That test, for that every day take one sample paper. Next point, the time management. Time management is very crucial. Very good students are sure to get 35 out of 35. Every session we find students who come out of the hall with tears in their eyes saying that समय कम पड़ गया था. So when you are taking the test, sample paper solve कर रहे हो, you have to give you time management practice. How you will do it? There is section A with 6 questions of 2 marks each. Section B, 6 questions again of 3 marks each. And section C, 1 question of 5 marks. So what you do, at a time you take one section. 6 क्वेश्चन सेक्शन ए के आपने 2 मार्क्स के सॉल्व किए. आपने सॉल्व करने के पहले टाइम देखा, आखिर में टाइम देखा, कितना टाइम लगा आपने लिख दिया. Then you take the 3 marks question, the part B. Then you see how much time you took for that. Like that, you solve section C also and see that you must finish your paper in 1 hour and 50 minutes. 10 minutes you must have in hand so that you can go through your paper thoroughly, check that you have written everything to your satisfaction and then you can hand it over to the invigilator. Here you can ask one question that maybe my preparation is not yet that thorough. So how can I see the time management part? Means if all the 6 questions I am attempting and I'm seeing that how much time it is taking. But if some questions I have to think it is true, it is correct or not, or like that. So let me tell you, in our workshops, we have found out that those students who know full answers and are writing very fast without looking anywhere, they are completing the answers. And those students who don't know anything, and the other group who know a little bit and go on thinking and then adding the points, all of them raise their hands at the same time saying that now this question I have completed. मजेदार बात है, मजेदार चीज है, लेकिन अगर आपने एक्चुअली वर्कशॉप्स में किया हुआ है देन ओनली यू कैन से कि हाँ ऐसा भी होता है. Means all different types of students, they take the same time to attempt one question. Some completes with satisfaction and some say that okay अभी बहुत सोच लिया, इससे ज़्यादा हमें नहीं आता है, but the same time you will take. So टाइम मैनेजमेंट के भी आप प्रैक्टिस कर लीजिए. अगर आपका समय ज़्यादा लग रहा है, नेक्स्ट डे आप थोड़ा सा और थोड़ा आगे बढ़ें, थोड़ा सा फास्ट करें. टाइम शुड नॉट डिसाइड हाउ मच टाइम यू आर गोइंग टू गेट. आपने बहुत मेहनत की है, उसका फुल रिवार्ड आपको मिलना चाहिए. सो सी टू इट. नेक्स्ट, व्हेन यू सिट डाउन टू स्टडी एट दैट टाइम, and this is so very important that it is going to give you so much more time to study. There is one video in my channel, such a valuable video, that how can the students get 9 months time in 3 months. Months were remaining for NEET exam. At that time it was prepared. It is not saying कि 3 महीने में आप प्रिपरेशन कैसे करें. 3 महीने में कोई प्रिपेयर नहीं करता बच्चों, ये सब झूठ बातें. You have to prepare sincerely from day one only. This video tells you that how you can, in the same time, you can read 3 times more. Let me give you one example by which you will understand how effective this method is. One of my student, most probably it was the session 14-15, just before the board exams, 1.5 months before board exam, child was totally broken, depressed, crying inconsolably. Due to many reasons, he couldn't study properly and he was sure that he will not be able to clear the exam. He couldn't even appear for the past pre-boards too. I asked him to follow this procedure, and it was not just biology. He were to prepare for physics, chemistry, biology, all subjects. And he passed his 12th board. He got 90 plus marks in biology and he cleared NEET too. Next session, of course, he cleared NEET next session and got admission in Government Medical College. If he wouldn't have been able to clear 12th board, then he would have gone into a dark mode, and the method saved him from that. तो अभी लास्ट 3 डे में आई एम नॉट आस्किंग यू टू गो थ्रू दैट वीडियो. डोंट. आई हैव फाउंड आउट वन अल्टरनेटिव टू दैट, बिकॉज विदाउट इट यू विल बी हैविंग दैट सेम टाइम. आप उसी उतने ही समय में फंसे रह जाओगे, एंड दिस इज रियली गोइंग टू गिव यू मच मोर टाइम. आई एम प्रोवाइडिंग यू वन अल्टरनेटिव. लेकिन बोर्ड एग्जाम देने के बाद नीट की फिर तैयारी शुरू करने से पहले आप उस वीडियो को जरूर देखिए. द अल्टरनेटिव इज, जब भी आप पढ़ने बैठो, जितना आप सोचते हो कि हाँ मैं इतने समय के लिए अभी पढ़ने बैठने जा रहा हूँ, फॉर दैट टाइम पीरियड, maybe it is 2 hours or 3 hours or 4 hours, it may differ students to student. Whatever your time is, उतना मोबाइल में आप अलार्म लगा दो. दीवार पे, हाथ पे, कहीं कोई घड़ी नहीं होनी चाहिए. उस मोबाइल को खुद से बहुत दूर रख दीजिए. पानी लेके, बिस्किट लेके, अपना स्टडी मटेरियल लेके अपने स्टडी टेबल पे बैठ जाइए. उठिए तब जब वो अलार्म बजेगा, उससे पहले आपको उस सीट से नहीं उठना है. हाउ इट वर्क्स आई डोंट नो स्टूडेंट्स, Maybe it is the alarm is taking out that freedom from you that you can get up at any time. But when you do it, you learn much more than you expect to cover in a certain period. Never sit to study with a nervous frame of mind. Now I will talk about what you will be doing during your exam time. The 15 minutes before starting the exam, it is very important when you are reading the questions thoroughly. At that time, read every question very carefully and try to understand what is really asked. वन मोर थिंग विच हैपेंस इज कभी हम कोई एक क्वेश्चन हमने प्रिपेयर किया, बहुत अच्छे से प्रिपेयर किया, वी नो इट वेरी वेल, हम व्हेन वी स्टार्ट रीडिंग अ क्वेश्चन, द फर्स्ट पार्ट वी रीड और हमें तुरंत लगता है कि हाँ ये क्वेश्चन मुझे आता है, लास्ट पार्ट उसी तरह से है फ्रेम, लेकिन कहीं पे कुछ ट्विस्ट है. So fast we read and so happy we are that we think that it is that same question. There is a very simple trick to avoid that. Whichever question you are reading, don't read the complete sentence at a time. Read it word by word. Word by word पढ़ते जाओगे, जहाँ पे क्वेश्चन घुमा होगा वहीं आपके पकड़ में आ जाएगा, जरूर आ जाएगा, छूटता नहीं है वो. बस you have to, you will not allow your brain to be tricked. You will read very slowly and let it register to your mind कि हाँ यहाँ से ये क्वेश्चन थोड़ा सा डिफरेंट हो गया है. क्वेश्चन नंबर सही लिखना बिल्कुल मत भूलिएगा. Try to avoid jumping from one section to another very frequently. That gives a bad impression. जितने एक सेक्शन के अच्छे से आते हैं उतने कर लीजिए, दूसरे सेक्शन के जितने अच्छे से आते हैं उसे अच्छे से कर लीजिए. पढ़ाई में तो कुछ इम्पोर्टेंट अनइम्पोर्टेंट होता नहीं है बच्चों, तो पढ़ना तो आपको सब कुछ है. ईच एंड एवरी वर्ड ऑफ एनसीईआरटी, ईच एंड एवरी पॉइंट ऑफ एनसीईआरटी दैट यू नो वेरी वेल. क्या पढ़ना है, कैसे पढ़ना है, वो सब डिस्कशन तो हम लोग का पहले ही हो चुका है. हाँ, स्टिल आई विल स्ट्रेस कि वो ड्रग वाला जो टेबल है और बायोएक्टिव मॉलिक्यूल्स का जो टेबल है उसे बिल्कुल थॉरोली कर लीजिएगा. आई होप दैट दिस वीडियो वाज रियली हेल्पफुल. इफ ड्यूरिंग द टफेस्ट ऑफ द टाइम एनी स्टूडेंट finds a ray of hope while going through this video, then the purpose of preparing this video has been solved. Just do good. Just do good. I believe in you. Believe in yourself. All the best.